Welcome to Box for You with Stephanie. Today I want to show you how to make some basic foods with simple ingredients from scratch, and I hope you discover cooking box free is fast and delicious. So let's cook together. Today we are going to make pumpkin tassies, which I don't know if you guys know what tassies are, but they're really just little bitty pies, little mini pies. Actually there's like 3 or 4 definitions of tassie. The other one was like a Scottish goblet, and then a mini pie, and then something else I can't remember. So anyway, we are going to make pumpkin tassies because they're just kind of fun to make. So in here I've kind of already got mangled up 3 ounces of cream cheese and 1 stick of butter, and they've been sitting out for like an hour, hour and a half to try to get to room temperature and get all soft. So I've been kind of checking them. That's why they're all mangled like this. Just to make sure that they are ready to be blended together. So I'm hoping they are. They look like they can be whipped together. So what we're going to do to make our, basically our crust for our little tassies is just whip this together real quick. Okay, got a blob of cream cheese in there. The main objective for whipping this together is to just really get these 2 kind of fats that are our fat for our ingredients, get them blended together so they are all 1 unit instead of 2. And then we're just going to add flour, and like that's it. That's all of our crust. So it's kind of a, I don't know, I think it's pretty dang easy. I mean, you know, you got to put them in little cups and all that, but it's not a pie crust. And pie crust is now so hard. Okay, I'm doing 1 cup. So again, I had 1 stick of butter, 3 ounces of cream cheese, and now I'm going to add 1 cup of flour, and then I'm just going to stir that in. And I personally kind of like the cream cheese batter for these pumpkin tassies. Oh, and you can also make pecan tassies, which is basically just the pecan pie filling instead of the pumpkin pie filling. And so it's not, well, I guess you could do whenever you wanted. You could make cherry tassies. I mean, oh my gosh, the sky's the limit. But you just have to work this flour in, because as you can see right now, it's all like falling apart, and like it's not one cohesive unit. And we want it to be a cohesive unit, cohesive crust. So it's kind of like pastry, you know, pie crust can be kind of like this. And then you reach that magic moment where it just like comes together and it's a beautiful crust. So that's what our goal is here, to have it come together and be beautiful and perfect. So I think I'm almost there. It doesn't have to be like cookie dough where it's all like one big lump, but I need to be able to smash it out. Okay, see, now you can see how it's all kind of, whoopsie, coming together now. So we're going to call that pretty good. So this does take a little bit of muscle power, but that's all right. Okay, it's not very long. Let's see, I'm going to scrape this off here. And then this is kind of the time-consuming part, to put them all in your little individual cups, but shouldn't be too bad. So what I'm going to do is take my little teaspoon thingamajigger, whatever this is called, scooper, I guess, and I'm going to, oh boy, come on now, little guy. It's not working very nicely for me. I want to get all my dough divided before I smash them down in to make the crust, kind of because I want to make sure I have enough dough for all 24. I mean, because you can see there's like, they're not all perfectly the same amount. So I just don't want to like put it in and flatten it out and then put it in and flatten it out. I want to actually see how much dough I have to spread around my 24 tassies or mini pies. But now you can go to a party and be like, I brought some tassies. And then I'll be like, ooh, what's a tassie? And then you'll bring them out and they'll just be like, oh man, they're just little pies. But that's okay, they are tassies. My cookbook calls them pumpkin tassies. Anyway, so I'm just cruising right along here. It's not too exciting, but it's not that hard either. And then I've got my little masher that I'm going to hopefully just beautifully mash them into a perfect pie crust shape. Which I'm sure it won't be that perfect and that easy, but it will be just fine. All right, we're gonna finish this off here. See, I got plenty of dough. That's good. Then I can go back to my very first few and add that. This dough kind of reminds me of those sour cream sugar cookies. You know, you don't have to make sugar cookies with just like the flour. There's that alternative recipe that has the sour cream, and those are really good. Okay, so where am I light? So I have basically one thing left, which is really pretty good. That's not bad. So I don't know, we're just gonna jam it in, these different ones. I don't really know nobody really looks like they're super shy of dough. All right, so now I've got my little gadget here. Where is it? Where's my smashing gadget? Here's my smashing gadget. I'm sure that's the official name of it. So we're gonna just squish, see if this works. Like that. See, it does kind of work. Except I really need more. Look at that. It's kind of fun. So you could have a kid do this, just like, give me your muscle power. But I bet they're gonna stick. Hang on. Let's see. I thought about this before. I don't make these very often just because, I don't know. It's not like I need little tassies very often, but I just want to coat my smasher with a little bit of butter so I can really like press it down. Look at that, it's so cute. So this feels really thick, like I'm gonna get a lot of bottom crust, and so maybe I just need to really smash it down. Oh, but then I get that problem. So I think it doesn't really matter as long as you have a crust. I mean, like this crust is like a little bit shy on the side, so then my pumpkin pie filling might just come smashing right out of there. Okay, this is this side that I put the butter on. So yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so this isn't like super exciting to watch. So I'm gonna just sit here and probably, let's see if I have any other good system. I don't really. So I'm going to sit here and go through all of these, and you guys probably don't have to watch because you just have to find a way. You could, if you don't have a little crazy smasher, there's all kinds of ways. You just take your finger and you just press it out. I mean, you're just making a little pie crust. And if you didn't want to go through all this, then you just buy pie crust or make pie crust, and then it'd be like making little biscuits. You'd cut them into little bitty circles and then press them around. Gosh, maybe this is actually faster than my fun smasher. Got to smash it with my thumb instead of my fun gadget. But look how much faster this is. So sometimes your by hand gadget, your thumb is your gadget, and you just want to use your thumb maybe, because this is a lot faster. We're going to test it one more time here because I really have faith in my gadget, but see, now we'll compare it to this. Oh, it's not bad, but I get this like low spot, so then I feel like I have to go back in anyway because I want a good amount to put my pumpkin pie filling in. I don't want like shallow tassies. Okay, I'm going to keep going and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm almost done, and the one thing, maybe I already said this, I don't think I did. You want to make sure when you're using your thumb as your gadget that you are not pressing so far down that you're going to have like a hole or a super thin crust. Like you can see this one is like almost too thin. I mean, you have to have a substantial crust on the bottom so that when you pop it out, it doesn't like, it's not so thin that it like breaks or falls apart or whatever. So my gadget over here has a nice thick bottom. which is fine, but you just have to make sure if you're using your thumb that you leave a nice thick bottom to your crust. But there we go. So whatever, that took me like 3 minutes. I mean, it was pretty fast, you know, it's really not that big of a deal. Okay, now we're gonna make our filling for our pumpkin tassies. All right, and so, oops, I forgot my cutest little milk. Where is he? He's way back here. Remember this guy? I don't use him. Oopsie, I don't use him very often. That's what my dog is there for. She's laying right there too, as if she knew I was gonna spill something. She does know I'm gonna spill something all the time. Okay, that's all right. All right, so now I'm going to make basically pumpkin pie filling, which is pretty simple, but I'm not gonna use evaporated milk. I'm just gonna use regular whole milk. All right, so now I'm gonna follow my recipe right out of my Better Homes and Gardens. This is where this came from. And I'm gonna do my egg in here just to make sure I don't get any shells. Got these beautiful farm eggs I've gotten lately. So that's nice. Okay, so my egg is good. So I'm gonna dump in 1 egg. Okay, and then I need half a cup of canned pumpkin, or freshly baked pumpkin, or sweet potatoes, or pumpkin you've already baked. And this is just leftovers. Sweet potato pie is just a little bit more dense, and so you'd maybe have to add more milk if you were actually using sweet potatoes, but you could practically use squash. I mean, I have used squash in desserts like this. I think like a pumpkin custard I made once or something. And like, as long as you add enough sugar and enough spice, like you really can't really tell the difference between pumpkin and squash, in my opinion. Okay, so I need 1 egg, half a cup of canned pumpkin, 1/4 cup of sugar. Okay, which will be right here. And then we're just gonna whip these together. Oh, I need my little whipper. Oh no, I was gonna use my whisk. Okay, that's right. Whoa, oh my gosh. That's why you don't really want to pour over your bowl, right? Has your mother taught you, like, you don't do this? This is why, because I thought that I didn't have a clump in there. So we're gonna just estimate here. So that looks like almost 1/4 cup that ended up in my thing. Whoopsie, and then, oh my gosh, thought I was putting it in here. Okay, we better just be done. Okay, these are gonna be like plenty sweet, I think. Oh my gosh, because that doesn't actually happen very often, because I pour my sugar right over my bowl, like way too much than I should. But whatever, most times it's okay, but not today. But it is okay, I'm gonna make it work. Whatever, it's just sugar, so it'll be a little bit sweet. Look at that, isn't that he's so cute? Oh my gosh, I don't use this guy very much, but when I do, I think he's just adorable. My little milky cow. Okay, so that's it. Oh wait, no, spices. I gotta add spices. So, okay, so it says pumpkin pie spice, which I always just make my own. I do cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves. And I don't know that cloves are so common. Oopsie, I should probably have my teaspoon, not my tablespoon. But I just really like, cloves. Like, oh my gosh, it just smells so good. I just like can't stand how good it smells. It's just like I have to have cloves in my pumpkin. So everybody's pumpkin pie, in my opinion, tastes just a little bit different. And I'm sure it's because of all the spices they add. Different spices. So I'm doing 1/4 teaspoon of my favorite cloves. Oh my gosh. I could just like live with cloves. Okay, and then I'm gonna do half a teaspoon. Oh, this thing is like so ready to break. My little teaspoon thing here. Good enough, that's half a teaspoon. See? Half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then I'm gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, which is very different than the cloves. I was thinking it was gonna be a little more similar, but it's really not. But nutmeg seems to be a big thing, a big part of cinnamon spice. Oh, and then ginger usually is. Well, that's all right. We're just gonna make it this way today. Oh, and then I preheated my oven to 325. You don't really need a hot oven for this. You need time for your crust to bake and your filling to bake. So you want a lower temperature. All right, and then look how easy that is. I mean, pumpkin pie is like an awesome thing to make because it's just so fast. It's kind of like a custard. Custard is really easy to make. I should make a thing on that. I love custard. All right, is that it? I think so. Let me just check. Egg, pumpkin, sugar, milk, and pumpkin pie spice, which I just made up myself. Now we are going to use this gadget again. It's awfully messy. Let's just see if it works when it's all messy. Oh yeah, oh that's cute. Oh my gosh, look how cute these are. See, this is why Pumpkin Tassies are just so much fun. They're just adorable. Wow, and this like barely, like I can't even fill the thing up and it's like overloading. Oh my gosh, I don't know, something about mini stuff. It's so cute. Like mini dogs, like puppies. I mean, you can't get enough of puppies, and mini foods are really fun. So this would be kind of a fun thing to make. If you like halved this recipe, the pumpkin recipe, then you could do like half a pecan or cherry. You could make like this whole thing of the pumpkin tassie crust, but then make like a whole variety pack. So like on your Thanksgiving, you could be like, I've got a variety of tassies. Pick your favorite tassies, or 3. You could eat like 3 tassies, which would be kind of fun. Or a potluck. Anyway, you could go a little bit crazy with these because you could just make as much of this filling as you wanted and then fill these with different things. That'd be pretty cute. Okay, and I actually have leftovers. Wow. Well, let's see if I can jam it in here. Well, I don't really want to overflow my stuff, but I have so little. I'm like enough for one more. Tell you, Betty Crocker. I mean, oh my gosh, it's not Betty Crocker. Better Homes and Gardens. Like, I followed the recipe pretty much to the T, except for my pumpkin pie spice. But look how good they are. They know exactly how much. And that's why measuring counts, right? I never measure very good, as you can see with my sugar. I just like dump stuff in. But I guess when you actually measure and you've got people working on it, you can come up with a perfect amount. Look at that. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to put these in the oven, except I got to change. These are just way too messy. I can't bake them like that because then it's going to get all like baked into my beautiful crust. I don't really want that. Oh my gosh, aren't they so cute? Okay, I am going to put these in the oven, and then in 30 minutes they'll be gorgeous and even more adorable. Okay, is it 30 minutes or 25? 30. Okay, I'll be back in 30 minutes. Okay, we are back, and my little pumpkin tassies have been in the oven like 29 minutes, and they look adorable. So I'm going to just shut everything off and take them out and show you how cute they are. So I think they just look perfect. Because you know how pumpkin pie always like cracks like that in the middle and stuff? I mean, I suppose I could test them, but I'm not even going to because most of them have cracked and it's such a little bitty bit of custard. There's no way they're not cooked through. If you wanted more of like that golden crust, mine is not like really dark, you know, around the edges, and I'm okay with that. But if you wanted that, you could leave them in for another like 3 or 4 minutes and maybe they would get a little darker. So we're supposed to, of course, keep them in the pan to cool for a few minutes because that shrinks them away a little bit from the edge. But you know me, I'm always like too impatient. Let's get them out. So we're going to try this one. It looks really delicate. I might be having problems here. There it is. Look how cute that is. Okay, I want to see the bottom. Okay. So you can see like the little crackly crust, and that I think is just because it's the cream cheese flour batter. So again, you could make these with pie crust if you wanted. And you know, I'm supposed to let them cool entirely before I eat them, and I'm not going to do that either. So I'm going to just cut this one in half so we can see what it looks like. There we go. It's adorable. Okay, so now I've never really had like warm pumpkin pie like this. It's going to be really kind of weird. But I'm dying to see how sweet it is, because remember my like sugar episode that happened today? But I'm not going to be able to probably tell because when stuff is so hot like this, like right out of the oven, everything tastes just really different. But I'm going to try it anyway. It's hot. I don't know. I can't tell. It is too sweet. I think it tastes really good. I like that cream cheese batter just because it's always very soft and nice versus like a pie crust can be a little bit dry or whatever. But what you would want to do is let these sit here for like 5 minutes and then transfer them all onto a cooling rack and let them sit there for like 15 minutes. And then once they're really nice and cold, then I would personally put a little dollop of whipped cream on each one. And I have whipping cream, and I thought about doing it, but there's way too hot, and everything will just get all melty right away. So once they're completely cooled off and your whipped topping will not melt, then take some cream, like, I don't know, probably like half a cup or 3/4 cup, and then like a tablespoon of sugar and then like a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Whip that up really good, and then just dab a little bit on each one. Or you could put a pecan on top if you wanted, but anyway, that's it. These are your pumpkin tassies, and I just think they're adorable. I'm going to take another one out, see if I can get one more out. I just think they're so cute. I mean, they aren't like perfectly gorgeous because they're all, you could call them rustic tassies, but you know, you can tell they're homemade because they don't have the exact same edge around every single one, and that's what makes them gorgeous, their individuality. Okay, there you have it. Little pumpkin tassies, itty bitty pies that are super cute and very fun. All right. Thank you very much for watching Box Free with Stephanie. I hope you like the show. I hope you make pumpkin tassies and nobody knows what they are. And then you like show up with little mini pies and they're like, oh, fun. I hope you like them, and I hope you go a little bit different, try different things inside of them. And thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you on the next show. All right, bye.